Carbon and Code, where we farm smarter, not harder, for the planet and the people. So today we will be talking about our podcast, and our topic is going to be drones. So I have a friend, I have some hookups where I got a miniaturized version of some drones that are used in agriculture. So this is our drone, and we're going to talk about him today. So I'll get started on everyone's. And so the first thing that I'll just bring up is why they're used in agriculture. So we use drones for multiple reasons. But some things are precision monitoring and mapping. So drones can map out an area and have like different details about a map, and if it just flies over like this, it has a camera, and so it can see the land. And so if you fly over it with the camera, and it's a high quality camera, it'll pick up all these different things, and so then you can look at it and it'll map it out, and so it'll be all nice and neat, and so you can see where like the elevation, or not the elevation, but like the slope of the land, other things like this help with crop health. So if you see an area that might not be like healthy, like for instance, if you were over a cornfield and you seen a corn, like an area of corn that was yellow, you can tell that it's not healthy. It also helps you with like soil conditions. Like if you see wet spots or anything, you'll be able to look at that. And they also help farmers spot issues like disease and pests. So this not only saves money, but it also saves time. If you don't have to deal with these different things, you gain more profit, and you also save time. You don't have to worry about it. Another thing is I'll say is they can be used for pesticides. So they will spray pesticides out, and it'll get all over. And with drones, instead of like playing, they're a smaller area, so you can actually use it to be more precise. So you don't have to fly over the whole thing and worry about getting on like neighboring plants. You can fly lower to the crop and spray less and more efficient, which also helps you with the money. You don't have to buy as much because you don't need as much, because it's more accurate. Another awesome cool fact is that soil and drainage analysis. They have, so this is where like they have advanced sensors to detect the soil type, moisture levels, and drainage patterns, helping farmers plan irrigation and planting strategies. So this is more of like higher, bigger companies could use this, because the drones themselves are pretty expensive, but to be honest, they're worth it in the long run. Do you guys have any questions so far?
Not as of now.
Alright. Another thing is I'll talk about is crop yield optimization. So by tracking the growth patterns and stress zones, drones help farmers adjust inputs to maximize yield. So this can save. So there's an article that was done, and it showed that U.S. corn, soybean, and wheat farmers, and it saved them an estimated $1.3 billion annually. So, I mean, if you look at that, it might be expensive for the drone, but you save all that money plus time, it's really worth it. Fair. Any questions?
Well, does anyone know how like this compares to traditional ways of farming? Like, is it better or worse?
So yeah, it helps with monitoring crops, kind of like what Noah said. Drone-based agriculture, it equals real-time aerial imaging and data analysis. So like Noah was saying, you can just send a drone out and be able to look at everything in real time and get real-life data sent straight back to you from the farm, when you wouldn't necessarily have to be there, because you just fly it from wherever you are. So it's, instead of like manual field checks, like I was saying, you can just fly over to the field. If your barn is close to the field, that's especially easy because you can just send it over. You don't have to really do a muscle. helps pesticide application, like Noah was saying. It's easier. You can get lower to the crops for more, I guess.
Well, almost like precise.
Yeah, more precise, like spraying. They give you real-time data analysis. It reduces waste, and it's fairly efficient compared to traditional ways. Although it does, with drones, some drones won't be able to hold as big of a tank as a tractor would be able to, but it'd be a lot quicker to refill and quicker to get back to the actual route. And
How's the like efficiency of each of them?
each of
Between drone-based and traditional.
well, drones are a lot quicker in the fact that they don't really. I mean, you could fly it over a road instead of waiting for a car to pass. You could fly it through crops, or over crops instead of driving through like a wet, muddy fields where you might get stuck. You just go right over everything, or if it's it's just something you would want to drive in, and say a tractor or a truck on the field, you can just fly right over in the drone and make it more or less time consuming for the farmer.
And
Yeah.
Oh, really? Just have to
And background noise.
What am I
So
gonna?
there's no
How am I
background.
gonna switch over to this? Point 3. Just ask if anybody has any questions.
oh,
Alright.
so is there different views?
Yeah.
What's like the I've said all this to you guys, but like, does anyone know how it works? Like,
How the popular
I know
is
some
growing.
farmers that do it, but you guys
Yeah.
know more? Like,
So I've talked about like monitoring crops, like efficiency, but like how has it grown, if it has, or like what's like the like what are we looking at for like growth with these?
well, I can talk about that. It's been growing a lot, and the popularity of it is growing much more. And like during the massive market expansion, the U.S. agriculture drone market hit 506.3 million in 2024. It is projected to grow as much as like 23.5% through the year 2030, which that's a big jump. 23% is a lot. And globally, the market is expected to surge from 6.1 billion in 2024 to 23.78 billion by 2032, which again, that's like 17 billion that in price that you're at now.
And to kind of go off of what Matt is saying, since it is much more efficient and a lot more popular now, by the end of 24, it's projected that over 400,000 DJI ag drones are going to be used worldwide, which is a 90% increase since 2020, which is a big jump. I mean, even though they're not the most easily accessible for a lot of these farming people, they're still the best option for efficiency and yields. And then these drones have treated 500 million hectares across 100 plus countries, and they've covered over 300 different crop types, making them one of the most used.
Yeah. And so like, I had a friend, and he was lucky enough. He's actually a designer, and this is a mini version of the DJI drone that you're talking about. So this is a typical sprayer, but it's smaller, of course. You've got the camera out front, and then the 4 wings, so that'll use to fly. And then it's got a sprayer holder down here in the corner, and it'll be easily like refillable. All you have to do is unclip it. And then, of course, this is a less high-tech remote, but it would have all your information on like a big laptop, and you'd be able to control it and program it. And I could give you guys a closer look, of course. So this is the drone. It looks like this. DJI drone. So this is what they use out in the fields. And then for this version, it actually does fly. You would just stick your like phone or laptop in here, and then you can control it and program it on your phone on where to go places. So that was a cool little thing I thought I could bring to the podcast. So I think we're all good here. So thank you all for watching and listening. And we'll see you on the next episode. Carbon and Code out.